So, what is fiqh and how has it been used against Muslim women?
A lot in Islam, we hear a lot about Sharia. And in fact, Sharia is, we call it Sharia law, but sometimes it is explained as if it is Sharia that was given to God, by God to humans. But this is an erroneous explanation, because in fact what we have is fiqh, and fiqh is jurisprudence. And jurisprudence means that it is based on the Quran and also the Hadith and the stories from the Prophet, and its interpretations or extrapolations from both to come up with laws. So there are few verses, in fact, in the Quran that have that aspect, that legal aspect, which is around 200 to 300 verses. But it's the fuqaha, so the persons who started analyzing for fiqh, who took out from those verses, plus from the hadith and from what we know of the life of the Prophet, legal norms for our everyday life. So it is important to understand that fiqh was done by men in the Middle Ages, and that because it was done by men in the Middle Ages, they didn't mean to, maybe, but they were speaking of their culture and of their context, so it was detrimental to women.
And how are Muslim women scholars now changing this narrative, like yourself?
So Muslim women scholars, since the 80s of the past century, have been trying to change the narrative of fiqh, making people understand that fiqh is not divine, but that it's human. And so that we can reread it, because it is not only human, but it's also contextual and historic. So we need to go back and deconstruct it to be able to build first a new fiqh and second a new understanding.
How can Muslim women be encouraged to pursue more theological fields as their careers?
This is a very important question. I think we need to reclaim our role as women of religion, and that role should be on the level of theology and not only on the level of feminist theology. So women should reclaim their role on all levels of theology. Political, social theology, but I mean al-kalam, even going back to basic theology, women should have a voice there, because of course they will bring something new. I don't think that anybody has a universal interpretation of religion, neither a man nor a woman, but we can add things, the same as we add things to the interpretation from the context we come. If I come from India or Pakistan or Lebanon or any other country, I add things from my context. So of course I would add from my gender. The second thing is reclaiming our position should also come in reclaiming position of leadership, not only in theology. So to have women imams, to have women who do adhan, to have women who also perform marriages. All of these things have to come hand in hand, and this is actually the fight that has started mainly in the Western world. Now it has started to include women who are not from the Western world themselves, but from a Muslim majority country of origin, and hopefully later it will come also to Muslim majority countries.